Hey Mina, so I wanted to quickly present you with this other little more economical option. This is what I'd originally quoted, yeah, which is to, build everything out into a single piece. Like for example, this miter here, this is a fabricated piece, so there's a finished edge all the way to the wall. And this would be your return face here. And, you can use your imagination to picture the riser here and the tread surface all being attached to this and it being one piece. And of course this 2-inch section here extending down, so that would be one piece. This top, the riser, this return, and then the return running here would all be one piece. So this would be a little bit of a more economical way to do it. Imagine that this here is your tread surface, and that there's a riser here as well. So this is a fabricated and finished edge here going off the front of the stair. And then for these side pieces, for the returns, what we could do, and let's see if I can get this where you can see it good. Come on, focus. Okay, so this edge here you can see is mitered, and then there's a little relief cut that comes right underneath, up essentially up to the LVP there. And what the idea of that is that this edge, okay, and then these would be the return pieces. You can see the miter there. These would be installed like this, so that they'd come right up underneath that factory beveled edge, which is what would remain on the corner there. So you can see that that gives you a pretty decent finished corner. But you kind of got to put it together like a puzzle a little bit, because when you make the cuts to fit these treads and the riser, because it's almost a three-dimensional template you've got to do in order to get this corner and this corner to where you can add this reveal piece and make it look nice. So if you're comfortable with that, then we can fabricate these pieces and this, make the tread and the riser, and then you would and these relief cuts here and stuff, and then you would fit these pieces in for the returns. So a little bit more of an economical option, but obviously a little more installation work with it. The real tricky part of this is on the bottom and back of these return pieces that are going to be against the drywall here, or the trim stringer, whichever you do. They're going to have on the bottom and back of them this beveled edge, just like you have here, this beveled edge. And if you imagine this being the drywall, it's gonna, they sit against the drywall like that. And then this would need to be probably caulked is the way I would think to finish it. Obviously you can kind of do whatever, but so this bevel here would have some tape on it. You'd run a caulk bead here and then paint that with your wall. And so this finished bevel would travel down the back side of your returns and the underside of your returns. So anyway, let me know what you think, and if you have any questions about any of that, I'd be happy to answer them.